Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of CNC Productions. And today we are going to be doing another episode of the Ark Survival Evolved Dossier readings, the fourth episode. In this episode, we are going to be taking a look at the fish species in the world of Ark Survival Evolved. So we're going to be going through all 9 of the fish dossiers and see exactly what the Ark has to offer. And we are going to start out with the angler. Species, Megalodon angler pescum. Diet, carnivore, temperament, aggressive to small fry, otherwise skittish. Whether its size is caused by adaptation to the island to other inhabitants or by crossbreeding with another larger species, Megalodon angler pescum is the largest form of anglerfish I've ever heard of. Typically found only among the deepest, darkest expanses of the ocean, this creature preys on smaller fish while being an excellent source of food for larger predators. Megalodon has an array of bioluminescent light pods at the end of stalks on the end of its head. Like typical anglerfish, it primarily uses these to attract smaller fish and trick them into coming close enough for Megalodon to consume the prey. This often makes wild Megalodon itself relatively easy to spot among the briny depths. Exploring the depths of the ocean can be difficult. The cold, the lack of air, and the shocking absence of light combine to make travel very dangerous. A tamed anglerfish can use the natural light at the end of its stalks to illuminate the depths, making exploration not only safer but much more lucrative. Furthermore, these luminescent nodules can be harvested to create long-lasting organic light emplacements for surface dwellings. Next is the Coelacanth. Species, Coelacanth nutritia. Diet, omnivore, temperament, reactive. Coelacanth nutritia is one of the few creatures on the island with a relative that can be found back home. The coelacanth lives in the waters around the island as well as the rivers and lakes within the island. Unlike most coelacanths, Coelacanth nutritia meat contains less oil and urea. In fact, it is one of the healthier sources of meat on the island. Most coelacanths are opportunistic feeders that eat anything smaller than itself, likely including baby water snakes, insect and plant life, and perhaps each other? While coelacanths cannot be tamed the way most creatures on the island can, they provide a possible source of meat for coastal tribes that have the time to catch them. Due to their small size, though, a larger tribe would require a significant number of coelacanths to feed itself. Next is the Dunkelosseous. Species, Dunkelosseous loricariptor. Diet, carnivore, temperament, aggressive. Dunkelosseous loricariptor is a very strange creature. It is a fairly large fish covered head to tail in armored plates, with incredibly powerful jaws. It tends to eat the island's water-dwelling crustaceans, and is not fast enough to catch most of the smaller fish. Dunkelosseous is surprisingly combat-oriented for a fish. Its well-armored body protects it from many creatures, while its bite is strong enough to easily crush through chitinous shells. Dunkelosseous is an incredibly useful fish for coastal communities. Its powerful jaws make short work of the stone and oil formations found throughout the oceanic depths. While harvesting, Dunkelosseous can handily defend its rider from all but the largest threats in the waters, and once past its prime, the Dunkelosseous can be harvested for a fair amount of chitin. Next up is the Electraforus. Species, Electraforus belutomedo. Diet, carnivore, temperament, reactive. Occupying a space in the low to middle end of the food chain, Electraforus belutomedo is a carnivorous swimmer that feeds mostly off of shellfish and small fish. Despite its common name, it's actually a very long knife fish, and not an eel. It does not provide much meat, so many predators simply let it be. Unlike most predators, it does not use brute strength to bring down its prey, but instead releases an electrical charge around itself to knock its prey unconscious. Alone, this can take out a small creature. When attacking together, Electraforus can even bring down the larger ocean lifeforms, then feed as a group. By far, the most common use of Electraforus is to subdue large ocean creatures. Knocking out a plesiosaur or other giant deep-sea leviathan can be incredibly difficult. Thus, many tribes employ a small school of Electraforus to shock targets into submission. Next up is the Ikthee. Species, Ikthee conviviumbrosia. Diet, piscivore, temperament, defensive. Ikthee is probably the largest fish in the waters around the island. Its meat is also extremely succulent, a surprise given its size. It's often treated with the same value as prime meat, and colloquially called prime fish. Of course, not all of Ikthee's meat is this high quality, but most of it is. While the demand for Ikthee's meat is high, the fish is notoriously difficult to track and hunt. Between its large size, powerful attacks, incredible speed when it turns to flee, and humankind's general ineptitude on open water, Actually, killing elite Ichthyes is one of the island's more difficult tasks. The hunt for an extremely elusive breed of the fish, the fabled great albino elite Ichthyes, has been known to drive otherwise sensible men and women mad with obsession, as if all evil were visibly personified and made practically assailable in this one creature. Despite its large size and the fact that it may well be strong enough to carry heavy loads, elite Ichthyes do not appear to be intelligent enough to tame. Nevertheless, some large tribes keep an enormous pen with a few elite Ichthyes trapped inside for cultivating purposes, as bits of prime fish can repeatedly be scraped off the gargantuan beast without killing it. Next up is the Manta. Species, Manta mobula. Diet, carnivore. Temperament, defensive. Here is another example of a creature that seems to have evolved beyond its historical traits. Everything points to this being a saltwater ray, but Manta mobula has developed the ability to swim into the island's rivers and shallows, as well as through the open ocean. Perhaps there were originally two types of ray on the island before, but years of interbreeding combined their lineage. Normally docile, the Manta mobula is a carnivore only in that it consumes plankton. Its tail is incredibly sharp and can pierce through thick hide and armor with ease. Fortunately, Manta mobula is usually not aggressive unless encroached. While not the fastest swimmer around the island, Manta mobula is among the deadliest of small ocean mounts, and can be ridden bareback. Tribes who value striking power over speed often keep large schools of Manta to ride. Its capability to briefly leap out of the water provides a showy tactic for avoiding combat as well. A quick jab through the heart onto a unsuspecting survivor can easily take them by surprise. Thusly, many tribes use it as an escort for their slower cargo-carrying swimmers. Next is the Megalodon. Species, Carcharodon ultramegalodon. Diet, carnivore. Temperament, aggressive. Were it not restricted to the waters, Carcharodon ultramegalodon will be one of the most dangerous creatures on the island. As powerful and dangerous as the Tyrannosaurus is on land, Megalodon is near its equal in the water. In addition, it has a speed advantage over any non-aquatic creature when submerged. Megalodon need large quantities of food to sustain themselves, so they attack most creatures immediately on sight. Smaller fish are the sole exception I've seen. I believe that this is because they cost more energy for the Megalodon to catch than the predator would gain. Having access to the resources and treasures hidden deep within the ocean is near impossible without a domesticated sea creature. The Megalodon, though difficult to domesticate, proves to be very useful when exploring the deep sea. It's not the most efficient swimmer, but it should be able to protect your cargo should you find yourself in a hostile encounter. Next is the Piranha. Turtle. Species, Megapiranha magnetmorsis. Diet, carnivore. Temperament, aggressive. Megapiranha magnetmorsis is a carnivorous fish found fairly commonly in the rivers and ponds of the island. Its bite is incredibly powerful. I've even seen it break through the armored turtles. Megapiranha has one of the strongest bites pound for pound of any creature on the island. When encountering a Megapiranha, be on the lookout for the rest of the school. No one Megapiranha is an overwhelming threat, but their tendency to swarm prey can make short work of much larger and stronger creatures. Any given Megapiranha is easy to kill by itself, but killing an entire school can be a daunting task. The Megapiranha is highly territorial and does not respond favorably to visitors. Many have tried to pacify the hostile Megapiranha by herding them into a group with various lures. Unfortunately, none of this has proved to be successful in attempting to domesticate the creature. Finally is the Sabertooth Salmon. Species, Oncorhynchus grexlamia. Diet, carnivore. Temperament, evasive, aggressive when attacked. Fairly unremarkable by the island standards, Oncorhynchus is a generally passive fish. Its main form of protection is swimming in a large school. Oncorhynchus does not like conflict, and generally swims away from anything larger than itself at very high speeds. Once provoked, however, Oncorhynchus becomes quite aggressive, along with its nearby brethren. It locks onto prey with its long saber teeth, and begins draining that creature's blood. This loss of blood is not too dangerous alone, but when a school of Oncorhynchus attack at once, their target quickly loses speed and stamina from blood loss, drowning if it cannot hold its breath underwater. Like many of the smaller fish found on or around the island, Oncorhynchus cannot be tamed, but it is often herded and harvested for its resources. In particular, certain cuts of Oncorhynchus meat are considered to have superb quality, and are often referred to as prime fish, used for specific high-end concoctions and taming the island's many piscivorous creatures. Well, hope you guys enjoyed that episode of the Ark Survival Evolved Dossier readings. If you guys enjoyed this episode, be sure to check out some of the other Ark Survival Evolved Dossier readings I have on my channel, including the readings for the Creatures of Scorched Earth and Aberration expansion packs. If you guys enjoyed, then leave a like, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.